Let's be honest, most salespeople say they're transparent. But are we really? Really? Or are we selectively transparent? This video is all about Chapter 5 of Ethical Selling, Transparency and Integrity. This is where things get uncomfortable because transparency sounds good until it costs you something. Now, in sales, we're taught to position strengths, minimize weaknesses, handle objections, control the narrative. But transparency means something different. It means clarity. Even when that clarity introduces risk, when it reveals a flaw, when it makes the deal harder, that's when integrity shows up. Not when it's easy, when it's costly. So let me challenge something. Have you ever delayed mentioning a limitation? Positioned pricing in a way that avoided early discomfort? Glossed over implementation complexity? Avoided highlighting risk because it might scare the buyer? Most of us have. Not maliciously, but strategically. There is a problem in this. Every time we hide something to protect the deal, we increase future friction. Because customers will eventually find out. And when they do, trust drops. Trust, once cracked, rarely fully prepares. So in this chapter book, I talk about leading with a flaw. Now that sounds counterintuitive, but it's powerful. When you openly say, this solution isn't right if, or one limitation you should be aware of is, something shifts. The buyer relaxes because they feel safe, they feel informed, they feel respected. When buyers feel respected, they lean in. Transparency accelerates trust. Tactics delay it. Integrity is easy when targets are comfortable. Integrity is tested when you're behind, when you need the deal, when the quarter's closing. That's when the shortcuts whisper. That's when a mission feels tempting. That's when ethical selling becomes real. Because integrity isn't a slogan, it's not something written on the wall, it's behaviour under pressure. Let's talk commercial impact. Because transparency reduces late-stage objections, last-minute renegotiation, post-sale disappointment, refunds, churn. Because expectations were clear. Clarity prevents conflict later. Conflict is expensive. The strongest client relationships I've seen weren't built on flawless delivery. They were built on clear expectation setting. That is transparency. Transparency also connects directly to informed decision making. If a buyer cannot clearly understand benefits, risks, costs, trade-offs, then they can't truly consent. When customers feel fully informed, they take ownership of the decision. Ownership increases commitment. Commitment increases retention. Transparency creates ownership. So let me ask you something uncomfortable. Where in your sales process are you least transparent? Pricing? Delivery timelines? Capability limits? Internal constraints? If you had to sit on the buyer's side of the table, would you feel fully informed or strategically managed? Because ethical selling requires us to examine that honestly. Here's something practical. In your next proposal or conversation, add one sentence. Before we move forward, there's something you should know. And then say the thing most salespeople avoid. Watch what happens. It doesn't kill the deal, it strengthens it, because trust builds fastest when risk is acknowledged. Transparency is not weakness, it's strength, because it signals confidence. Only insecure salespeople hide information. Confident professionals surface it. Integrity is not a tactic, it's a standard. Standards shape reputation. Reputation compounds. Shortcuts don't. So this video has been about Chapter 5 of Ethical Selling, Transparency and Integrity. If empathy is about understanding, transparency is about clarity. Together, they build trust faster than any closing technique ever could. If you want the complete framework, the book goes deeper into practical tools like mutual action plans and expectation alignment. Link below. If you want to publicly demonstrate your commitment to raising standards in our profession, you can join the Institute of Ethical Selling and earn your Certikey badge. Link also below. Transparency doesn't cost you deals. A lack of it does.